fucking hit my stop streaming button. God damn. I hit my stop streaming button. Anyways, it's time. Wait, I'm trolling. I wore the wrong shirt for stream. This one is awful for the camera. Wait. This one is so bad at... Yeah, this is the... Oh, hold on. Okay, as I was saying, it's time. For real. We are finishing tonight. The very last stream. Ever. For Mahoyo. Okay, that's enough stalling. Where did I even leave off last time? I remember we caught that Toko was in Aoko's room. Oh wait. I need to go to my quick load. How do I go to quick load? Quick load. Where's quick load? Search for a bookmark. Okay, I guess I'll just continue. Yes. Oh! Wait, what was the decision here? Uh-oh. Oh, I think this was when, Aoko killed Toko. I'm pretty sure it was the earliest time. I think Toko Aozaki was the first victim.
ああ、そう考えないと青崎の行動はおかしい。青崎は午前中は町で買い物をしていた。青崎姉はあいつが部屋を留守にしている間、くまりたちを連れて一息ついて部屋に戻るまでの間に殺されたと見るべきだろう。
After she left. But that would mean Aoko didn't... I mean, I guess they knew that Aoko didn't kill her.
15時半
Even though
頃
they locked her in the basement.
私2階廊下で青崎とすれ違ったけど、あの時東館の奥、青崎の部屋は煙火地獄になってたわけね。
まあ断定できない以上憶測は憶測でしかねえけどな。それよりだ、くまり。ネックはいつ殺したかじゃなく、どうやって殺したかだと思わねえか。
Did we ever find out why Toko came back? Was it for her revenge, or was it to like be friends with everyone?
山城にしろ営利神父にしろ、あの鉄仮面たちを笑わせられるのはよっぽどのセンスだ。
True.
殺害可能時間は平等にあっても、そのセンスだけは限られる。この点で言えば、
Oh, I think I've already read a bit of this.
宗十郎やらベオやら木の実やらは除外される。山城にしろ営利神父にしろ。
Gigi had latched onto something big. Why hadn't anyone else thought of that? Kosuke's jokes only made people cringe. Bayo didn't even understand the concept of humor. As for Shizuki, I've met planks of wood that get jokes quicker. Our discussion carried on until nearly 3 a.m. I yawned. I was by no means relaxed, just exhausted. After everything that's happened, I'd be surprised if anyone had any real energy left.
夜更かししすぎたな。そろそろ眠り時だがどうする？念には念だ。俺もそこのソファーで眠るってのもありだが。
He was clearly on guard for Sweetheart's disguise as Aozaki or someone else. I yawned again. I feel like this is going to lead... One of these is gonna lead to a bad ending. No helping it then? This seems like the bad ending. Let's click the bad ending first. If that's how it has to be, then there's no helping it now.
そうよね。万が一の時便利だし。
Sleeping seems like a bad idea.
私はほら、兄貴が売るほどいるから。男子と一緒の部屋とか多分慣れてるし。
Oh, they're sleeping in the
そ
same
りゃ頼
room.
もしい。じゃ、ソファーを借りるぜ。
Thought he was talking about the sofa in the room.
いい加減、俺も気を張り続けて疲れた。クマリがいるなら、ちっとは安心して眠れる。
Yuji quickly fell asleep after raising his hand to wave goodnight. I looked at him all wrapped up in a blanket.
何それ。
Seeing him fall asleep so quickly helped me to feel relaxed too. I definitely didn't want to get excited in a situation like this, plus I was beat. I didn't have any pajamas, and didn't feel it like changing anyway. For comfort, I did remove my wallet and card case from my pockets and placed them on the table before sliding under a blanket fully clothed. I couldn't fall asleep as fast as Skiji, but I could feel myself drifting off already. Into a deep, deep sleep. Uh-oh. Did he just laugh? Did he laugh in his sleep? Can you even do that? I woke up to the sounds of birds chirping.
朝。
The clock read 5:30. The sun was beginning to peek over the horizon. My ability to rise early was one of my few strong points, so I must have been really exhausted. I looked around the room, my vision blurry.
そうだ、築地。
I went to sleep in the same room as him.
え？
I finally realized that he wasn't where I'd last seen him. There's nobody on the sofa. Just his clothes. He just disappeared? They were laid out neatly like they were on display. It was like he'd shrunk so small he disappeared or melted away somewhere. Maybe he wanted to die by completely vanishing.
築地？
That would make sense with his character, considering what we saw in the Carnegie case. That how he just wants to be separated from his family. Yeah, that's a fitting way to die for him. I tried touching his clothes. Also, we made the bad decision. Or was this the correct decision? I don't know. I touched his blanket and the sofa. His warmth had long since faded. My card case had fallen around where his hand might have been. I could guess what had happened. He never really fell asleep. He pretended to, so I'd relax, then he stayed up to watch over me all night. This was a locked room murder. It was clear what the murder weapon is, and I was finally close to figuring out who the killer was too. Wait, what? It was clear to me what the murder weapon is. But she didn't do anything though. I picked up my card case and left the room feeling empty inside. I'm so sorry, Skyuji. As Aozaki's friend, of course he'd laugh at that photo. What photo? It was quiet. The air was crisp. My mind was so blank I almost laughed. Tsukiji's room was clean and tidy. Father Aries' room was clean and tidy. Ritsuka's room was clean and tidy. Yeah?
誰か生きている人いますか?
Wait, I don't think Ritsuka died, right? It was Yuika that died. I yelled into the void of the West Wing, but no one responded. Wait, Aoko should still be alive in the basement though. My hunch was spot on. Something was wrong. This mansion was now the cleanest, quietest place in all of Misaki. It was over. Aoko? I went down to the basement where Aozaki was confined. I can't tell if this is a bad ending or not, but it's going on kinda long, so I think I'm progressing. Down the narrow staircase to the door. The padlock had been broken clean off from the outside. Inside the tiny cellar, I saw a single dead body, lying prone. The beautiful long hair was all I needed to know who it was. Aozaki. Someone broke into the basement. What? She wasn't breathing. She hadn't been the killer. It was unclear what time she was murdered. But whoever the killer was broke the lock, made Aozaki laugh, nonchalantly, went upstairs and cut off my means of escape. They were going to show up soon. I don't think Kumar is the killer, right? There's no way, like, I mean, why would she be the killer? We've been following her perspective. She died in that one bad ending. It wouldn't be her. Like, I mean, who's even left, though? It's been, like, I mean, I've been trying to do this for, like, what, 2 weeks now? I think Sojiro is still alive. I think it's literally just Alice, Sojiro, Kumari, and Ritsuka left. I'm pretty sure it's Alice. Like, I've had my theory that it was Alice very early on. Or it was Tokitsu. Tokitsu planned this entire thing. They must have been hiding somewhere waiting for me to come down into the basement. The stairs were the only way out. If the killer followed me down here, I was trapped.
まあ、もうどうでもいいか。
I was at a dead end. Game over. Victory to the real killer. My thoughts were interrupted by the sounds of footsteps. The footsteps of death. Oh, that was a dead end. What? That was such a vague dead ending. What? So she just woke up. Okay, so Tsukiji didn't die to the killer. He just died to some, like, they're watching her sleep or something. No, it wouldn't be Sojiro. It wouldn't be Sojiro, right? Okay, actually, I think I could see Sojiro making people laugh. Oh fuck! I hope I quick saved. I think it's Alice. Okay, thank God. I knew that was the bad ending. I'm a genius. Sleeping was way too dangerous right there. It should be safe as long as the door is locked, but we still had other things to worry about.
いい。ここまで来たらあと少しだし。だいたい全員を疑えって言ったの築地じゃん。
そうだったな。俺も容疑者の一人だった。さすがクマリ、余計な心配だったぜ。
Wait a second. Alright. Tsukiji turned to the door, ready to leave. I tried to say something.
関係ないけど、
What?
ひどい一日だったのに、築地はなんか満足そうね。
What the hell was I saying? I was just embarrassing myself.
何人も死んで自分も殺されかけた一日か。確かにひでえ一日だった。
Luckily, he took my question seriously.
けどまあ、なんだかんだと楽しかったからな。クマリもそうじゃなかったのか？
His considerate reply was so reassuring, I almost forgot my anxiety.
意外。築地はこういうの鼻で笑うかと思った。
そりゃ見込み違いだったな。こういうバカ騒ぎ好きなんだよ、俺。ふざけた人生を送りたいんでな。
何それ。幻滅。
I was being serious. It reminded me of the time I first realized I had fallen for him. Tsukiji was an amazing person, but he was squandering his potential. He didn't want glory or to move up in the world. It felt like such a waste of human capital. I could never do that. How long had I been watching him, wanting to kick his butt into gear? Oh, she wants to fix him. That's why he like... Oh, I see.
こっちも今更だけど。
Wants him to stop being a bum.
築地、割と人付き合い悪いじゃない？なのにどうして私とは普通に話すの？
そりゃお前さん、親にも教師にも頼らず6年間一人で戦ってきたやつには敬意を表すだろう。じゃあな、朝になったらロビーで会おうぜ。
And with that, the room went quiet again. For some reason, I felt a tight squeezing sensation in my chest.
なんだかんだと。クマリもそうじゃなかったのか？
Tsukichi's words replayed themselves over and over in my head. Yeah, he was right. Maybe it had been fun. It was fun because she was with him and he was with her. I woke up to... Wait a second. I woke up to the sounds of birds chirping.
朝。
The clock read 5:30. The sun was beginning to peek over the horizon. My ability to rise early was one of my few strong points, so I must have been really exhausted. Wait a second. I foggily examined my wrinkled clothes in the mirror. My body was still asleep. I was too tired to even make tea, so I just grabbed my wallet and card case off the table. The case contained my commuter pass and some pictures I took each year. This is the greatest chapter. This. Oh my god, fan service in Mahoyo. This game is peak. I had a rare shot of Azaki making a fool of herself at this year's school festival. Wait, why would she ever wear that? She either drank champagne thinking it was a soft drink. Oh. Or someone slipped alcohol in the juice cocktail. Why would they have champagne at school? Next thing I knew, she was all hyper, yelling about wearing someone else's clothes. Hmm. Performative gooning. That's crazy. No, no, I have to engrave this in my. How do I explain this? It's like okay. So like the less there is, the more exciting it is when it like finally shows up, right? Like this game had none of it, and then it finally happens. It's like how like in One Piece, like it never happened in the early episodes. You you would okay. Anyways, I was saying it's like the fan service never happened in the early episodes of One Piece, and then like so like when it finally happened, it was like oh my god, and then like it's just like every episode now in One Piece is like this, and it's like whatever, but like when it finally shows up, like when it's so rare, it's like oh my god, man, it was all worth it. All those extra chapters for of grinding was worth it for this. I love that photo so much I carried it with me in my card case wherever I go. Whenever I fell down, it always cheered me up to look at it and remember how adorable Azaki could be. It was a side of herself that nobody who knew her would ever expect. Especially her comedic side.
あれ
That was crazy. Wait, what are we doing? Oh, it's like deja vu from the other route. Sorry, my mind is still blank. I was not expecting that. I didn't think this game would actually have fan service. I was wow. Oh, I'm actually stun locked. Okay. Did I think did I just think of some did I just think of something I really shouldn't have? That would be incredibly bad to bring up now.
そうだ。みんなは
Oh no. Surely it won't be like the other ending. I rifled through my overnight bag to see if anything might be of use. Turns out the stuff I brought to cook was worth bait. I hovered over the wok or the cleaver, ultimately deciding to take the wok with me. I went out into the hallway. The air was slightly cooler than inside the guest room. Silence had fallen over the mansion once again. There's no sound, no sign of life. It was like the storm never happened. Tsukiji's room was empty. Shizuki wasn't in Father Airi's room. Nobody was in Ritsuka's room either. Uh-oh.
クオチさん。
I called out into the void of the West Wing, but got no response. I was alone. I'll go. I headed down to the basement where Aozaki was confined. Down a narrow staircase to the door. The padlock had been broken clean off from the Wait, this is literally just playing out.
青崎
I braced myself for whatever was to come and opened the door. She's... I thought we picked a good ending. Wait, don't tell me they're both bad endings. No, where do I go then if this is the wrong path? She scrawled something with her... Oh. Wait. It was dying message, written in blood. I could feel the disdain in the words.
やっぱりって言うな。
やっぱり言うんだ。
やっぱり。
Told you so. I'm assuming that's referring to her responding that she's not the murderer, even though like they didn't believe her. Ozaki wasn't the killer. It wasn't clear when she was murdered. But whoever was... So... Why did she write that message in this ending but not the other one? Whoever the killer was broke the lock, made her laugh, nonchalantly went upstairs and... Oh. Is that new? I feel like that distorting sound in the background wasn't there before. I tried to control my breathing and my racing mind. Everyone was dead. Uh-oh. Probably only the killer and I were left. It was in the previous CG. But the sun was already up. Wait, not completely. If the rules said it ended in the morning, then the game wasn't over yet. I had to get out of here now and figure out who the killer is. There's no winning this unless I did something. Everyone was dead. No turning back now. But this seems like the bad ending. I think it would be best to run away until the morning.
あれ？
Something felt off for a second there. It was as if my decision was completely different from the words that came out of my mouth.
それどころじゃない。早く逃げないと。
This has to be the wrong ending. The game would end if I could just keep from getting caught until sunrise. As long as I survived, Sweethearts wouldn't win. The storm was over. If I could just make it to the city, everything would go back to normal.
嘘。
What? I've been heading downhill at this time, so how did I end up behind the mansion? The ground distorted. My senses went haywire. The world crumbled. I must have done something wrong. Suddenly, a voice whispered in my ear.
皆殺しおめでとう
It was Sojiro. It was a voice of terror that I'd never heard before. Yet it sounded so familiar. Ooh, bad end. Okay, so it's... I mean, I guess it does make sense that Sojiro would be the killer. Like, he's the one who first found Tokitsu's body. He, like, before he came in with, the news of Tokitsu's death, what was he doing that entire time, right? Like, I think I remember asking that. Where the heck is he? Like, surely he's not just outside. But yeah, he didn't really have an alibi, before he came to the room, the drawing room. And he was the only one with, Airi, when, Airi died. I thought I should try to deduce who the killer is.
落ち着け。もう条件は揃ってる。はず。
I controlled my breathing and began to organize the facts in my head. I didn't have a decisive answer to the killer's motive, method, or identity. There is only one thing I knew for sure. Tsukiji had said it many times. It's not about who committed the murders, but rather who could have committed the murders. The first murder, Tokitsu's capture and death by explosion. We could exclude the following suspects: me, Miss Kuonji, Tsukiji, Hosuke, Father Airi, and Sister Yuika. The second murder, Mr. Yamashiro's fabulous funeral. Impossible to rule out any suspects. At a stretch, we could maybe exclude Miss Kuonji. We don't know when Mr. Yamashiro was killed, because we were all looking around after Tokitsu's murder. It's unlikely the murder was committed within that 10-minute gap, but we couldn't rule it out completely. The third murder, Hosuke and Riddle. Who cares? Wow. The fourth murder, Heyo. It can't have been me, because I didn't search for Aozaki's sister. Neither could it have been Tsukiji. Shizuki... Wait... The fifth murder, Father Aries Red. We were in the foyer, so it couldn't have been me, Tsukiji, Ritsuka, or Miss Kuonji. The sixth murder, the Yuika statue. This one didn't matter either. The seventh murder, the elder Aozaki's death by alcohol poisoning. This might actually have been the first murder in the timeline. We could exclude maybe only Miss Kuonji, barely. That's everything I knew. Now it came down to a simple process of elimination. Who was the invisible killer who made everyone laugh? I think the killer must be... Oh snap. Wait, I can pick any of them? Oh. Okay, I don't know why... how some of these options are even here. Like, how is this guy here? How would everyone else have died? It was me! No, let's just go. She's good.
ダメ、根拠が薄い。これで指摘したら
There's not enough
私がアウ
evidence.
トだ。
There's plenty of evidence. I didn't know who the real killer was. But we were the only ones left in the mansion. If I made a random guess and ended up being eliminated, I was finished. In that case, maybe I should make a run for it and win the game that way?
あなた
A shadowy figure crept up behind me. It raised its hand as if to say hello.
我々は宇宙人だ。
Okay, it's not that funny, calm down. The primitive directness of his greeting caught me off guard.
しずき、あんたが犯人だったの？
This guy probably doesn't even realize what he's doing.
そうだ。我々はやったぜやったぜ。
いや、その演技はいいから。
I struggled to inject calm into my voice and to keep my arms and legs from shaking. That voice really was something. So much that I was more concerned with making it stop than who done it or how done it.
我々は火星人だ。
そういう話でもなくて、いいから真面目に話せバカ。私、笑っちゃったからもうすぐ死ぬのよ。せめて最後に、どうしてこうなったのかをぶちまけて。
すまないが、それは説明できない。俺が話せるのは、俺の事情だけだからだ。
What was that supposed to mean? Shizuki could only talk about himself. Does that mean there is someone else? What?
くまり、君にわかるだろうか。1年間、ひたすら冗談のセンスがないと言われ続けた男の気持ちが。パーティーを盛り上げようと勇気を振り絞るたびに、お呼びじゃないと突っ返される男の気持ちが。
よし、わかった、ぶん殴る。
I didn't even want to think about this anymore, but did he seriously do all this to prove he has a sense of humor? I'd say he failed the moment he put on that ridiculous disguise, but that was any reason to help a murderer. But was that any reason to help a murderer?
でも、それで笑うのは青崎とクオンジさんぐらいよ。そんな一発芸で笑う文明人が他にいるはずがない。
いや、でもクマリは
本当にぶん殴るわよ。
ごめんなさい。なんでもないです。
Wait, so is he the killer or not?
あれでしょ？築地たちを笑わせたのは青崎の写真でしょ？
そうだ。 あれこそ切り札だ。
Oh. Wait, when did he get that photo though?
同時にそれは俺
A
への報
treat
酬
for
でもある。
me too. This guy is such a gooner. Couldn't be me. Any of the guys who knew Ozaki would laugh at that picture of her. Particularly Mr. Yamashiro, Tsukiji, and Father Airi.
つまり犯人は
I tried to speak, but the words didn't come out. I played right into Sweetheart's hands. The killer, Shizuki, was the last person left standing, while I failed to guess correctly, and just stood there, mind blank. Wait, what? Wait, what did Sweethearts do? We're just one step away. I'd almost figured it all out. If I just focused more in the evening, and thought it through a bit more. What? Wait, what? Do I have to go all do I have to go all the way back? It was me.
ダメ、根拠が薄い。これで指摘したら私がアウトだ。
If the photo is what made everyone laugh and die, isn't she in possession of the photo? So it would be her. True. But we were the only ones left in the mansion. Okay.
あなた
Wait, does it even matter? I don't think it matters. It doesn't. Okay, I don't know why they gave us the options to click all those then, but... Wait, so where do I go to get the true ending then? No. Oh no, I actually have to start over. Wait a second. Who designed this? This is awful. Just
青崎くん、
scroll back on
君はきっちり
choice
自
at
己
a
管
time.
理できる子だから心配するまでもないんだけどね。
What? Okay, I'm so... Oh my god. How am I supposed to figure this out in this stream?
おや、これはまた立派な洋館だ。幽霊屋敷なんて誰が言い出したんだろうね。誹謗中傷もいいところだ。
青崎、お化けが出るかは
When?
大丈夫。
Okay.
おかし
Wait, so like... Shizuki is Sweetheart's confirmed, right? So... I mean, we were the last ones there, and he kills Kumar in both endings there. So it's Sojiro. So I just gotta figure out how to expose Sojiro really early on.
そっか。
な
I mean, I'm just... I guess I'll check out the guest room first. It was unoccupied. I checked to make sure I was alone, then put down my luggage and stowed my wallet in the pocket. I considered keeping my favorite bunny-shaped commuter pass and lucky charm with me, But all it contained was a yearly school festival photo anyway. I left it on the table. I was going to be spending the night in an unfamiliar building. It was best to travel light.
鍵は
I stepped back into the second floor corridor. Oh, he's still alive. In the corner of my eye, I spotted an old man in the hall. Must be one of the guests. I set off in his direction to greet him.
あれ
Have you not saved to a file a single time playing this? Yep, I've only quick saved. GG.
西館の方に行ったとか
Repeat text needs to be great. Wait, how? Wait, what? Oh no! What? Okay, can I save here then? Now what? And surely it works now, right? Wait, it's...
まったく間違そうなのまあそれはそれ後ろのなんとも場違い
Why do they make this so difficult? Okay, so I was right. These choices literally don't matter in the beginning. It's all the same. I'll do something random. How am I supposed to figure this out? I mean...
ごめん別にとりあえず中に入って
Wait, this is playing it out exactly the same. Okay, the
なあ
only...
いいじゃない 生
I
徒
think
会
the
じゃ
only
毎
thing
日
that's
顔合
different
わ
is,
せている
actually, let me check the other one. Because the...
学校の中とそ
What? Where's decision B?
ちょっとでもクマ一人には
青崎くん、とりあえず今まで案内してくれません？
いやでもゲストを一人っきりにするわけにはいいって気にしないですぐに戻るからホウスケ荷物返してやっぱり自分で持つ
I left the others behind and headed outside. Aimlessly, I wandered the woods near the mansion, gawking like a tourist. No one was around, and the sky was getting increasingly cloudy.
ん
That was strange. I felt like someone was watching me. I... Time to find out who that was. It went against my better judgment, but I decided to track down whoever had been watching me. I headed around to the rear of the mansion, where there was a small thicket. It looked only slightly better kept than the woods surrounding the estate. There. What?
おや、君も今日のゲスト？
Instinctively, I backed away. That was how overwhelming her presence was. The leaves crinkled and crunched as my heels trampled them. During my hasty retreat, the woman watched me with amusement, as if I was observing a small animal.
いや、ゲストには何の期待もしていなかったんだが、いるじゃないか。私好みの目の保養が。いいね。青子も気が利くようになったもんだ。
Who's this voice at?
これなら退
It's,
屈は
it's
し
like
なさそうだ
that
よ。
raspiness in that voice is like... Hold on. Woo! It's that raspiness that's like... Wait, there's like 3... Wait. Ruiko Aoki? My god. Wait, she barely has any roles. It's all like background characters. Oh, it's Air Groove. Anyways. The way she looked at me was a little incredibly off-putting. Where are the police when you need them?
そう警戒するな。私も君と同じゲストだ。仲良くしよう。しかし、何事か始まる前に周囲の地形を確認に来る人間が私の他にいるとはね。うん、気に入った。気に入ったし可愛いので大サービスしてあげよう。私は普段よく見えない。私は青崎の部屋にいる。そして、
What?
私は犯人ではない。
I'm in Aozaki's room.
え
切り札になるからあまり口外しないようにね。
Wait, how does she already know about Sweethearts then? And with those strange words, the woman walked off in the direction of the mansion. I didn't feel like following her, so I re-entered the house from the front door. Oh. Oh, so I chose the right option. Once in the foyer, I could hear laughter coming from the east wing drawing room to my right. Are you sure, like, wait. I'm pretty sure the good true ending goes to decision Z. How many? I have to, like, I actually had to read this whole thing again. No. I kept Awazaki waiting long enough. Picking up my luggage, I made my... Okay, what the... I thought this was just a short side story epilogue. Wait a second. Is that new? No, it wasn't. Decision D. I'm pretty sure I can save over this decision C because nothing came about. Well, if you had used this text skip function in the previous stream, you'd probably be done by now. Well, I thought it was. I mean, it was the first time experience for the other times. I should just go home.
天気予報はずっとお日様マークだったの。本降り。皆さん、先に行っていてください。
I retrieved my overnight bag from the guest room and returned to the foyer. I could hear Ritsuka and the others laughing in the drawing room. Reluctantly, I left the Koenji estate. I'm not exactly sure why I wanted to go home. Maybe I felt overwhelmed by the mansion. Maybe it just wasn't my scene. Or maybe it was because Tsukiji was there. It was probably a combination of all three. The sun was nearly below the horizon. If I could just get home before dark, I could end the day without incident. I wasn't ready to face Tsukiji, with entrance exams around the corner. Walking down Shiro Inuzuka, I told myself this was for the best. But then, I suddenly recalled another urban legend. Descend the mountain alone in the witching hour, and a cannibal will be waiting for you at the bottom. Has to be talking about Bayo, right? Long before the Koenji estate was built, this mountain was home to a monster who attacked and killed anyone foolish enough to stray too far from their group. The words attacked and killed make it sound more humane than ate. It was probably someone who was cast out of their village. Wow, these are some dark thoughts I'm had.
あれ
Oh, Sweethearts is already in effect at this point. I was back behind the Koenji estate.
おかしいな。
I thought out loud to try and ease my tension. Wait, what was that? A shadow in the shade of the trees. It looked human.
誰
My voice rang out. No response. It was getting dark out. There wasn't even a breeze. Now I remember why I wanted to go home. Yeah, I had a feeling that something bad would happening if I stayed. Something impossible unfolded before my eyes. I felt a sudden shock in my stomach. Reflexively, I brought my hand to my mouth. Too late. I fell to the ground. Warm blood flowed out of me, along with my strength. Okay, so like, this is this is Sweetheart's controlling Sojiro, right? But like, it's a doppelganger. It's not actually Sojiro, and like, they aren't even aware that they're Sweethearts at this point. So like, if this is Sojiro, why would he kill Kumari right here? Because I thought his motivation was to just prove that he has a sense of humor. But he's just randomly killing people right now. It took the last of my strength, but I managed to catch the sight of the shadow.
ダメじゃないか。始まる前から終わるなんて。
Wait, there's two voices right there. Something axe-shaped came swinging down. The last words I ever heard came from someone with the face of a monster. Wait, I couldn't make out who that voice was. It was either Bayo or it was Robin. Wait, is Robin the killer?
Samu! ですね。
I
今
think
に
that's
移
the
動
one
しま
I
しょう。
originally chose.
サム！
Okay, it's the same exact thing, so why even give the option?
宗十郎さんには宗十郎さんの仕事。ん？ええ。
Wait. Yuzuki was outside. Um... The numbers... I'm pretty sure I chose this one the first time. I don't even know if it matters though. It probably doesn't. It's probably one of those that doesn't matter. I mean, these probably don't matter either. Yeah, I don't think that decision matters. Oh my god, it's just like gacha games giving you the illusion of choice. I don't even know why it's added then.
アリス。
動機の線皆さんは分かりますか？
BFG. Oh, rip. Oh my god, what the fuck did I just see?
だが
Alright, this decision probably does matter. Um...
どうかしら。
Right, it doesn't.
リツカ、それはどういう。もう一つはまた。どうかしら。
Okay, I don't know if it matters actually. So the next decision should be H. Wait, which one is this? Wait, I missed H. Okay, so I actually missed something. Oh wait, no. Oh, that was decision H. Oh, I just get okay. A C E F G H I. Okay, never mind. Well, now we know that all these people are innocent, right?
夕方に
客室で一度休憩をとっ。
Thus.
私
haven't missed the decision yet, so that's good.
まあ妥当なところね。魔女嫌いのユイカさんはプロイキ。
ああ、木の実がいなくなったからな。ちょうどいい。
ちょっと待って。
よくはねえが。
私は自分の部屋にいるから。朝まで誰。僕はここで寝てるよ。
Sane aura, just sitting in the drawing room alone. This has to be a bad ending. I locked the door and lay on the bed. Just in case I decide to not change into my pajamas.
笑ったら死ぬとかわけがわからない。
Someone or something was clearly trying to kill us all. I turned on my side, thoughts racing. To me, Tsukiji and Father Eri were too rational. They'd overlooked something. I wasn't fixated on the culprit's fates or identity. I was more concerned with the why he'd done it. What did the culprit have to gain by killing us all? Well, now we know it was to prove he had a sense of humor. Oh. I was roused by the sound of wind. The lights were out. I didn't remember turning them off before I went to sleep. I got up and tried the light switch, but nothing happened. Is this when the power went out? I wanted to check the time, but that wasn't happening in this darkness. I tried my best to go back to sleep and pretend everything was okay, but I was too on edge. I could barely even stay still.
青崎の部屋が一番近いよね。
I moved as quickly as possible to the door, unlocked it, and peeked into the hallway. It seemed empty. The only sound came from the wind and rain. As if led by something, I ventured into the hallway and down towards Aozaki's room. I placed my hand on her doorknob. It was unlocked. Inside her room I found a dead body. Oh, that wasn't the rain. It was the sound of hinges. I realized the door was swinging and wait, so is Decision C not canon? It was coming from the room next to Aozaki's. Shizuki told me before that it was her study. Something was on the door. Wait, it's not Toko, is it? Because there wasn't any blood when she actually died. I found the gruesome sight of Aoko Aozaki. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, did Toko actually kill her in this path? Oh. I ran down the hallway. I didn't care about making noise anymore. The storm was too loud to hear anything. I threw open the door to each guest room. In the third room, I find the lifeless body of the boy who'd been on my mind for 3 years. Okay, so everyone just died. Panting, I nearly rolled down the stairs. Too fast, I fell. My body bounced off the steps and rolled into the foyer. Nobody was around. The front door is wide open as if we had a visitor. My instincts told me that the church's members were already... The sound of the storm faded. All sounds around me washed away. In front of me, I felt nothing. No fear, no anger. My heart was as calm as a lake as I laid eyes on the stormy night killer. It's him! 2 eyes flashed in the darkness. Light glinted off the weapon in their hands. Their face was unworldly, twisted, demonic. It was the last thing I ever saw. Wait, I'm still confused though. I thought his goal was to make them laugh. It was not to actually kill them. What? Sojiro wouldn't kill anyone. Oh! That's fine. I saved the other one. Let me just say like that just for consistency. I agree.
ここで腹の探り、自分の部屋に閉じこもって朝を。
I raise my hand. Oh, Bayo just agrees that with the Sojiro.
決まりね。それじゃあか。
Wait, this will just lead to the same ending though, right? The day was almost over. Okay, yeah, it's just the same ending. Okay, so do I even need to finish this one? No, not really. And this is the bad ending we saw, where...
いやと。
Wait, but it still sounds like Toko knew about Sweethearts. I could rest easy now. It's gonna be the same ending. No, this is different. No, it's not. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I somehow, like, for my, like, initial playthrough, I somehow made all the correct decisions to avoid the bad endings. I might be a genius. Except for that one. don't think this matters.
まあ断定
Yeah, it just. Wait. Wait, I'm just back where I was initially. I mean, that...
ダメ。こん
What? Wait, what did I miss? Wait, I'm pretty sure I clicked on all the correct ones. What? I'm pretty sure it just doesn't matter, this decision. So I made it to decision V. Like, what else am I missing?
ダメ。
It's just the same dialogue for everything. I mean, the thing is, we know it's Sojiro, right? But like, it literally just doesn't matter.
ダメ。こん
All of them just say the same thing.
ダメ。
What?
ダメ。根拠が薄い。これで指摘。
Am I doing something wrong?
ダメ。根拠。 ダメ。
And she just says the same line for everything. What? What am I missing? It says new. Why is it saying new? I'm so confused. So I saved everything now. Every decision. I guess I didn't save decision A through C. Is that the issue? I mean, I'm just so confused what the game even wants me to do right now. I've seen all the possible choices so far. Wait, why are there some missing? mean, I guess like I haven't chosen every single one.
ダメ。根拠が
Or I'm pretty sure I have.
だ。
It just shows up no
あ
matter
な
what.
たは
You're missing clues. Wait, so the text should be grayed out, right? But it's not grayed out. I don't get it.
もう条件は揃ってる。
Let me reread this dialogue. I didn't know who the killer was, but we were the only one. If I made a random guess and ended up being eliminated, I was finished. Oh, was that one of the rules for the game? Is that like if you find out who the killer is before the end, like the game stops? Was that the rule? Is that why solving is important?
Shizu.
そうだ。
でもつまり
Is it because I didn't save this part? What's this? Do I need to save decision C? Do I need to save every single decision? Is that the issue? Because Toko did give a pretty crucial hint in decision C. I mean, I'm pretty sure this choice doesn't matter. It all plays out the same here. I guess maybe since I didn't save decision C, it doesn't know about this hint. What was this one? Something clearly wasn't right. Oh, okay, it just goes back to here. So that's pointless.
おや。
But then it just leads me back to here, so... But like, how do I know if like I got the clue? Like, I know who the killer is now. It's Sojiro, but like, how do I... Where's the clue that proves that?
Dame.
I can only discuss my own situation. So like when we were giving alibis or what? Does Does that mean there is someone else?
くまり、君にわかるだろうか。1年間、ひたすら
So is he not sweethearts?
でもそれで笑うそんない
や、
ほん
ごめんなさい。なんでもないです。
No one but you.
あれでしょ。築地たちを笑わせたのは
そうだ。あれこそ切り札だ。
But that was still his ace, so it was him.
同時に、それ、
I'm glad he added that last line.
つまり
Wait. Any of the guys... Wait, where's this man? But Soldier just said the... I mean, isn't it implying that Soldier is the killer because he literally just says that the photo was the ace of his sleeve? So yeah, he is the killer, so... Yeah, it says right there, he's... While I'd failed to guess correctly and just stood here mind blank. If I just focused more in the evening. Okay, so I need to go somewhere to a scene in the evening. From 10 p.m. to the final suspect. 7 p.m.? Where would the evening be? Where's the evening? No, I mean, nothing changes here. Because she just goes to the drawing room.
あれ
Maybe he went to the west wing. No, I have to be missing a clue of showing how Sojiro is the killer, and it's a clue sometime during the evening, as it says. I just don't know which scene is the evening they're talking about. Seven PM isn't the evening, right? When is the evening? When is evening? Like isn't it like around like 5 p.m.? Evening generally starts around 5 or 6 p.m. and lasts until or about 9 p.m. What? Wait, night starts at like 9 or 10? Since when? Okay, so I guess this is a possible one. 7 p.m. Is this wait, maybe it was a choice for the alibis. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. Whatever I pick doesn't change the like clue. Am I missing something? They all lead to the same thing.
午後4時に洋館に到着し、サンルームでお茶をいただいているとリレル君が乱入し、
I'm so confused.
私は午後の業務を済ませ、私は午後4時に洋館に到着し、サンルームでお茶をいただいているとリレル君が乱入し、その後、時津氏が殺害されていることが判明しました。 私は午後の業務を済ませ、青子からの招待状通り、平和的ないでたちで洋館を目
I mean, these decisions literally do not matter. I don't think any of these would give a clue, right?
誰かさんと誰かさん、それはともかくとして、基本的に買い出しとかに夕方になって
客室で一度休憩を取ったのが
誰かさんと誰かさんが手伝ってくれないから。
Aside from that, I was mostly in the drawing room, but he wasn't. When I returned to my... I just don't get it, man. What am I supposed to be looking for?
Eh?
つまり
きっと素敵な話だろう。
いいじゃない。聞いてあげるから言いなさいよ。
Checking alibis? Maybe this is the one? No. Well, this is from 10 p.m. to... It wouldn't be here because... I mean, the last line says it's somewhere in the evening that I should have found something. I've clicked both options on decision C, it doesn't matter. I checked through all of these, this one I did the first time, then I checked those. And that leads to decision C. I mean, I'm so confused. What have I not clicked on? I clicked on that. They're all the same. The choice doesn't matter. How can I be missing a clue when the choices do not matter for half of these decisions?
しかし
外の天気も荒れる一方だ。
どうぞご自由に。
I'm so confused.
手と足と顔にダイナマイトつけたんじゃな。手と足と。
当然の論理的帰結ね。
え、何って。え、何って。
でだ
どうかしら。木の実くんやリデルさんは、それに、このルールの底意地が悪いところは、殺害方法が犯人だけの特権ではないことよ。
Why
極
do I
論とし
feel
て
like
犯人を突き止めなくても生き残れる方法
I
はあ
have
る。
to click every answer perfectly in a single run to get the actual ending? Think you're allowed? Like I'm actually so confused. Maybe the choices actually do matter, and like they just like don't show you that. Like you have to click on every single correct decision, even though you don't know it's the correct decision. I like that's my only assumption. Like you have to do a perfect run for the true ending. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like you have to like I have to start a
他人に
brand
笑わせら
new
れなければい
save
いんだから。
and I have to click every single correct that is so stupid. I'm sorry. Like what? Like how are you actually supposed to do this without a guide? You have to do a completely perfect run with the decisions that like wow. That is ridiculous.
え、いないの？
Okay. It should work now. Oh my... Like... Nah, I'm sorry, that is so dumb. Like, you actually if you mess up a single decision, your run is just But like, what's crazy is like there's no way to know like I wasn't even sure what to do, even if I knew like like I wasn't even sure what I was doing. Like if I what I was like I didn't realize I had to start a brand new like they don't tell you that like you need to choose every correct answer, even if it if it doesn't make a change in the story. That's ridiculous. It was I actually don't know how you're supposed to do that without a guide. Because for the longest time, I didn't even think that those choices mattered. I didn't even know those choices mattered until I looked up the guide. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them still don't matter. Like, it is so how are you actually supposed to do that without a guide? That is so unclear. If the facts were pointing to anyone, it was him. He knew this mansion inside and out. He'd been helping out with the birthday party, so he could move about freely without raising suspicion. The biggest piece of evidence was the glaring discrepancy between his and Miss Kuonji's alibis. Shizuki said he was in the mansion in the morning. However, that's not what his landlady said. She said no one was around to help, so she locked the place up herself. If she did that on a regular basis, she wouldn't have bothered to mention that. Miss Kuonji wanted either Shizuki or Aozaki to lock the doors. Aozaki said she was in town that morning. That's likely why her sister was able to enter her room. Shizuki lied about being at the mansion at the time.
決め手がそれだけっていうのがなんとも弱いけど。
I felt that there is more I could pin on him, but I wasn't sure what right now. I had to find Shizuki before morning, before... Uh-oh. Someone was behind me.
あんたが犯人ね、Shizuki!
What? Eat this. I took up my trusty walk and swing it as hard as I could before he could lay a hand on me. It connected. Hard. Harder than it should have. Shizuki, I only saw him briefly, but I knew it was him. He collapsed to the ground, and a strange item tumbled onto the floor. It was the kind of cheap fake glasses and nose you'd find in any bag of party favors.
そんなんで笑わせるとかあり?
The only ones who would were Miss Kuonji, who didn't get out much, and Aozaki, who thought so much of Shizuki. Whatever, I started running. As long as I've guessed the killer correctly, I've beaten the game. But maybe Shizuki would recover and come after me. I decided to escape through the foyer. If I could make it to the forest outside, I'd win. It had to be morning by now. It was still dark outside. What? How? How was it still dark out?
あなた、よくも やってくれたわね。
That's Bayo, right? A resentful female voice croaked from the foyer. Wait, is that Alko? Wait, female. But who was it? I thought Shizuki was the killer. Run. Just run. Hashide! I was confused, but I could still run. I tripped and fell. As I stood up, I tried to take a second to think. I was mistaken. The game was still on. If that was true, then Sweethearts had won. Shizuki was the killer. I was sure of it. I'd said it out loud, and I was still alive, wasn't I? Remember the rules. If you accuse someone and you're wrong, you die. As long as I was still alive, Shizuki had to be the killer. Was I wrong? Was I missing something?
さっきの犯人当て、あれがヒントなのは間違いない。考えるんだ。順序立てて、そもそも何が原因なのか。
I heard footsteps getting louder. Morning was almost here. This is my last and only chance. I mean, it's definitely not this one. No, no. It's either these two. There had to be two. Yeah, two. It was impossible to explain some things if there is only one method. But what if there were two? First, to consider the nature of the murders. They could be divided into the times the killers made the victim laugh, and times when the victim saw a dead body and laughed. Kosuke, Rito, and Sister Yuka fell under the latter self-destructive category. But it might have been applied to another victim too. Oh. I knew Bayo was sus. Bayo died outside the sunroom after he laughed. But there is nothing in the sunroom that could have made him laugh. It was unlikely anything that had been set up in the forest. Not when the weather was so bad. So the trap must have been laid outside. But not in the sunroom. What about this above the sunroom, or the second floor? Aozaki's bedroom was directly above the sunroom. Maybe someone had asked Bayo to look into Aozaki's room from the outside. Oh. And then Bayo probably saw Toko drunk and dead and laughed. And then Bayo had seen something. Toko out her mind, dead drunk. Bayo knew Toko well. There is definitely a chance he'd laugh if he saw her like that. It was ingenious, as traps went. Either way, if he didn't laugh, the person who asked him simply told him to check so they wouldn't seem suspicious. Was it Aoko? Is Aoko the killer? It would only make people suspect Aozaki sooner.
殺害方法は2種類あったんだ。犯人による直接的な方法と、その後の犠牲者を利用した二次災害。それと同じように。
There were two killers. Riddle's suggestions. Tsuji's suspicions. Teams of two. Intimate betrayal. Two minds, one body. Sweethearts, the prayer plurred Kickshaw. In retrospect, it was such a revealing name. Sweethearts. Two minds, one body. If sweet referred to the puddling body, then what about the heart?
人間だ。敵は複数形だった。
The enemy can take on multiple forms. That meant there were two sweethearts. In this game, the killer and prime suspect had to be separate people. The prime suspect used the ploy, while their accomplice carried out the killings. It was Bayo, wasn't it? Because Bayo is the only one who can transform. Shizuki merely played the role of the suspect. I had guessed correctly, but I hadn't seen the full picture. That must be why I wasn't out of the woods yet, so to speak.
待って待って待って待って待って。
Stir-fried fired seconds.
それならもう答えは明白。あとはほら、あの問題を検証すればいいだけだ。
This is what I was talking about at the beginning. It couldn't be any of the normal people. It could only be like so it couldn't be Sojiro. It has to be Bayo, right? Also, how does Kumari know about magical energy? Who's always being watched by everyone? Wait, was it the Robin? No, why am I thinking of Robin here? Only one of them could have caused this to happen. It had to be Bayo, right? I considered who could have activated the ploys. Right. Our prime suspect was... Oh, now I'm thinking it's Alice. But they said it was someone who could take multiple forms, so I'm still thinking it's Bayo. I'm going with Bayo first. Was there a simpler explanation? This wasn't working. I couldn't think straight. At this rate, I'd never figure out. Uh-oh. Try, I think I failed. You misread. The game would end if I could just keep getting... As long as I survived, Sweethearts wouldn't win. The storm was over. If I could just make it to the city, everything would go back to normal. Now we end here again.
皆殺し。
What? Oh, bad ending scene. Uh-oh. Well, you inadvertently did all the other endings. Okay, so it's not Bayo. Okay, so then it has to be Alice, right? Alice is one of the only other people who could activate a ploy. And we never really saw what happened to Alice, right? And she's like one of the only people who know about the ploys other than Sojiro and Alko. What? Okay, now I'm actually lost. Toko. I don't think Takita could have activated the deploy, right? Naoko? Bro, Ritsuka can use magical energy, right? No, but she didn't arrive earlier. No. I'm pretty sure it's either Bayo or Alice. It could be Toko, maybe. It has to be someone with magical energy, right? That's the prime suspect. Or am I getting too tunneled on that? Maybe they don't need magical energy to use the play. Okay, yeah. If I couldn't use my head. I'm gonna brute force this, I don't care. I don't care. Never mind. I'm just going back to this. What? Okay, let me try to like figure out my own theory, because I since I cheated, I feel like I at least want to try and figure this out on my own on why it's her. So like I think they established that like once you use Sweethearts, you don't actually realize that you used it. So like she could have used it and like she just never knew this entire time. But I'm pretty sure Sojiro did know about Sweethearts like as a ploy. So like, maybe Sojiro tricked Kumari into using Sweethearts so he could become the killer and make everyone laugh. I feel like she wouldn't. There's no way she would use Sweethearts intentionally. I feel like she probably just got tricked by Sojiro or something to use it. It's me. It could only be me. The fact. Oh yeah, and like I'm pretty sure that Sojiro and Kumari are the only ones left. So like, if it's not Sojiro, as if he's the killer, then the only other prime suspect has to be her, right? If they're the only two. And that's Sweethearts. I couldn't remember anything that worked against me. That's what I said. Okay. I had to look at this objectively. Who activated the deploy kickshaw on the day of the party? The answer was no one. Miss Koenji personally locked the room where she stored her ploys. No one could possibly break inside. As long as there weren't any special tricks, we could eliminate that possibility entirely. Wait, so no one activated it? Then how was it her? It was only logical. Therefore, if someone took the ploy, they had to... Okay, so like Sojiro did take it earlier. No, but like back in Decision C, Toko somehow knew that Sweethearts was gonna be activated. So someone took Sweethearts before she locked all the ploys up. They would have broken in before she locked the vault. Only someone who had accidentally come on the first day of the long weekend. Without the opportunity. So why did they come on the first day by mistake? Simple, the invitation itself was wrong. A birthday party will be held at the start of the long weekend. The blockhead who wrote that on the invitations sent them out to 3 people total. Of those people, Toko Aozaki probably had it all figured out, but she laughed at something she wasn't expecting, so that took care of her. Then there is Mr. Yamashiro. He said that he got his invitation that morning. Everyone else had received theirs before that. It's highly likely it was delivered directly to his mailbox instead of being mailed. If Shizuki was working with the prime suspect, then they likely edited the invitation. Shizuki became an accomplice on the first day, and then invited Mr. Yamashiro on the morning of the second day. This was to hide the fact that the prime suspect was accidentally invited on the first day. Mr. Yamashiro wasn't just invited to be killed, but to act as an alibi for the culprit. Then there is me. I was sure the party would be on the first day of the long weekend. Based on all this information, the only people who could have activated the ploy were me and Shizuki. I could only imagine the kind of hospitality he must have offered Kojika Kumari for suddenly showing up on the wrong day. Yeah, so I think I was right. I think Sojiro set all of this into motion, but like he just tricked Kumari into being the prime suspect. Because who would guess it was her? But it wasn't unreasonable that he'd put out tea and snacks for his fellow schoolmate. The problem is, where did Shizuki obtain these snacks from?
ああ、気づいちゃったか。
Who was this?
もう少しで私の勝ちだったのに、あの子も予想以上にうまくやっていたんだけどな。
Just then, from the mansion, another me appeared from the mansion. The one who had been Shizuki chasing me. That's a crazy duet.
あんたがスイーツハーツ。
Oh my god, it's animated. I got up off my knees to face my other self. She nodded yes, admitting defeat.
そういうあなたもスイーツハーツだけどね。私は彼に化けていた方で、あなたは彼女に化けていた方。でもあなたはクマリ小鹿と完全に同じだから、スイーツハーツとしての記憶を持ってるのは私だけだけど。
Oh, Sweethearts makes a doppelganger. That's right. It doesn't take over their body. It makes a doppelganger. Okay. So... Wait, so where's the actual Sojiro then?
あっそ。じゃあ消えて。これでゲームクリアでしょ。もうじき完全に日が昇るわ。いいの？クリアしちゃって。このままならあなたの勝ちなのに。 勝者の報酬は惜しくないの？何それ。聞いてない。どういうこと？くまり小鹿が私を食べるとき、何を願って、何を迷っていたかって話。終わりたくない。もっと今が、この半熟卵みたいな曖昧な生活が続けばいいと思ったでしょ？なんで高校生活は3年だけなのか。どうして自分はあんな無駄な時間を過ごしたのか。なんで素直になれなかったのか。そういうの全部ひっくるめて叶えてあげるのが私、願掛け卵思春期限定女の子限定のプロイキッシャースイーツハーツなの。どう？納得いった？納得なんていくわけないでしょ。脳書きはいいし、何があったかなんて知りたくもないから。もうおしゃべりはたくさん。ノータイムでリセットよ。あんたはここで。だって私の使用条件は片思。
What? At the end of the day.
消えて。犯人はしずき、使用者は私、くまり小鹿よ。そんな女の子にあるまじき。
There wasn't anything left to wish for now. There wasn't anything left to wish for now that Tsukiji was dead. Wait, don't they come back to life though? Oh, I guess he would stay dead if the game kept going. So, yeah. I woke up to find myself on the wooden floor. Oh, and they said they would all forget their memories of the game. Dang. I slowly picked myself up. This was the hall of the Koenji estate. The grandfather clock told me it was almost 7 in the morning. At the edge of the foyer was a woman dressed like a nun, collapsed on the floor like me. Oh, she was just asleep. The mansion was quiet, but I could hear several noises if I strained my ears. There's the clicking of kitchenware, footsteps down the corridors, old doors creaking, and...
おい、どうなってんだこれは。なんで俺らクオンジの家で寝てんだ。
It was all a dream.
話聞かせろ。
Not really, they just forgot. A familiar voice echoed from the second floor. Somehow, the tightness in my chest lightened, and I stood up. To be honest, I was relieved. I glanced down and saw something like an eggshell in the note. There were just a few words on the note, scribbled in pink crayon.
恋に生きたっていいんじゃない？は？
Stupid sweet spring. Even after you're dead, you're still a pain in the ass. Besides, I was too passive to do that. It's how I fell for your trap to begin with. Wait, does she keep the memories? So many ads. Sweetheart's tone was lively, yet strangely encouraging. Cracks began forming in the eggshell, and then it crumbled. Taking everything, even my memories with it. Oh, okay, she did.
あれ？なんかあった
Okay,
気
so
が
like
するんだけど。
I picked up the note in front of me and frowned at it. Irritated by the presumptuous, obnoxious scribbling, I crumpled it up, and after a moment's hesitation, stowed it in my pocket.
お、クマリも来てるじゃねえか。どうなってんだこりゃ。パーティーの開始、午前中に変更したのか。
There's a commotion coming from the stairs. Plus the face of a guy I hadn't heard was coming. I quickly turned away and checked myself in a nearby mirror. Good. Nothing too out of place.
どうなってるか聞きたいのはこっちの方よ。クオンジさんの誕生会って本当に今日なの？招待状の日付間違えてたんじゃってあれ？
Where was the deja vu coming from? Must have been my imagination. It was awfully rare to have a birthday party out at the Kuonji estate. Our high school days were numbered. Wait, this still doesn't get over, like, the idea that Sojiro did all of this and got Kumari involved just to prove he has a sense of humor? But they forgot their memories anyways. Come on. The season would be over before we knew it. I had to make sure I finished it with no regrets.
お、小鹿じゃん。お前も呼ばれたわけ？アリスちゃんと面識あったのかよ。
そりゃあるわよ。青崎と友達やってれば。てか少しは落ち着けホ介。あんたガキの頃から成長ないんだから。
おうおう、さすが幼なじみ。仲がいいことで。その調子で木の実をしつけてやれよ、くまり。周りと何より本人のためになるぜ。
いや、奥積まれたってお断り。労働と報酬が釣り合わないし、私無駄骨折ってる時間ないし。こいつ叩いても元通りになる形状記憶合金だし。
ちげえね。じゃあな、こいつはほっといてクオンジに挨拶に行くか。青崎とクオンジは今かね。
その前にあそこシスターが倒れてるぜ。殿下、俺が抱き起こしちゃっていいかな。
いいんじゃねえの。最悪てめえが乗されるだけだし。
He just sounded like he was enjoying himself. His voice carried through the hall. Dust particles flitted in the air, appearing and disappearing in the rays of coming through the skylight.
まあそういうオチもいいっちゃいいか。
An oddly cheerful voice summed up her honest thoughts. The mad rhapsody drew to a close. She smiled in her own way, each to their own. Everyone had a choice, to lament the little time one had left, or to gamble on it. Perhaps we find things beautiful because they don't last. Someday, this would all end, but not just yet. This jolly tale was simply another book to add to the shelf. Youth is both fleeting and never-ending. The stories of young boys and girls are full of hardships yet unseen. Which means, my friends, we shall no doubt meet again. Damn. And there it is. Mahoyo is finally complete. That was a nice message at the end. It really felt like a message from Natsu saying that Mahoyo isn't over. Definitely a story for Kumari, but again, it characterized her, I guess. It characterized everyone. It introduced Rito, which was crazy. So like, did Rito actually show up, or was that just like, was everything that happened with the Sweethearts just a dream, or did it actually happen? Because that would mean, shouldn't Rito be on the floor as well? overall, yeah, it was a pretty good epilogue side story. It's just Jesus Christ, the trying to get that true ending is that was miserable. If you didn't have a guide, I'm so confused. Well, nobody knows if this chapter is even canon. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe they made that, getting that true ending so difficult, though. That was crazy. It's finally done. Get trolled. Looking forward to the Friday Fate Stay Night stream after you pull for a win. Oh, I don't know about that. I think it'll be like a couple of weeks until I start the next stream arc. I really am so glad that you Paisanos recommended me this though. It's such a great story. Like, I've been trying to work on a video for at least like over 2 weeks now. I don't know how to make it. I just want to put all my thoughts out, just a place I can store them, because I realized why I need to make these videos. It's like once I experience something, it's just like I can't stop thinking about it, and it's just in my head nonstop, and like it stays in my head nonstop. Just like it's all I think about, because I'm so scared of like forgetting what all those thoughts that I'm thinking about. But like once I finally make a video like that, it just lets me like move on from it and store it. And if I want to think about it again, it's all there. So I've just been trying so hard to like get this video out, but like again, I don't know how. I mean, it's a 25-hour visual novel. I don't know how to get all my thoughts out on this. But I really want to, and I don't know. I need to finish making it before I start anything else. Oh my god, I got more play chapters. Am I really gonna read these? It's already 12 o'clock. This is probably like another 20 minutes. Okay, fine. Yay! I love this show. The Great Three.
はい。この蒼天に浮かれて、ついタイトルコールを叫んでしまったっす。
Where the
し
heck
か
are we?
し、指定場所に来たものの、アリスさんの姿はなし。
Also, I find it crazy that
時
you
間と
unlock
場
these
所は合っ
after
てるは
doing
ず
that
なんすけ
chapter.
ど、もう一回タイトルコールしてみるっすか。
いいえ、その必要はないわ。私は昨日からビバーク中なのだから。
What the heck?
アリスさんなんすかその完全装備。ファッションから入るなんちゃって登山
アマチュアバード。
家。ピッケル。
山を甘く見ないことよ。渡り鳥が山越えをするとき、何割かは越えられずに脱落死する話を知らないのかしら。油断すれば即デッド。隙あらばこれキリング。それが神々の住まう頂への礼儀と知りなさい。
つまりいつもと何も変わらないってことっす
You're
ね。
chicken jalfrezi.
繰り返すわ。山と私を甘く見ないで。今日はいつもの2倍はやる気に満ちている。
やっべえ、なんかスイッチ入ってるっす。
さあ、なぜなにプロイの時間よ、ロビン。今日は気分がいいから、とっておきの話をするとしましょう。
ああ、ついに来たっすね。三大プロイグレート3について。 アリスさんの母上のそのまた母上の
Mom's
そのま
mom's
た
mom's
母上のとにかく初代っすね。それが三大プロイ、初めの魔女が作ったとされる偉大な賛否、橋の巨人テムズトロル、月の油
Oh yeah,
ラッ
what
ト
was
ス
the
ナー
last one? We never saw
3
it.
つ目は
最後の一体はまだ秘密よ。今回はテムズの話を
Will
し
it
ま
be
しょう。
revealed in Mahoyo too?
元になったマザーグースはロンドン橋。ロンドン橋落ちた落ちた、ロンドン橋落ちた、マイ・フェア・レディ。日本語訳されて音楽の教材にもなっているから知っている人も多いでしょうね。
別名って落ちたらるっす。こいつザコ相手にしか活躍してないっすよね。
相手が悪かったのよ。それに私との相性も悪いし、実は私テムズをうまく使えないの。私が権限させられるのは2段階目まで。3番目と4番目の歌詞は
What?
未知の領域よ。
Wait, why didn't she just learn the lyrics then?
3番目と4番目ってなんすか？
ロンドン橋の歌詞よ。木と土は流される。レンガとモルタルは崩れてしまう。鉄と鋼は折れ曲がる。銀と金は盗まれる。テムズはロンドン橋のプロイだけど、時代に沿ってそのあり方を変えてきた。だから今はマザーグース通り。
ウッド、ストーンの他に
ええ、ロンドン橋の歌詞なんて今時調べれば誰だってわかるのだし、そもそも私どうあってもストーンまでしか使えないわ。
どうして使えないんすか？
私人間の文明社会に興味がないもの。私の心象世界にある橋は木と石までということね。
なんと無敵のアリスさんにも弱点があったんすね。あ、いや、振り返ってみればそんなに無敵じゃなかったっすね。アリスさん負け星の方が多いっす。自分と恐ろっす。でも風の噂によるとテムズトロルは世界屈指のゴーレムと聞いたっすよ。最高級のテムズトロルはどれくらい強いんすか？
そうね。テムズを最後まで建築できる魔女がもし現代にいるのなら、そのテムズは奥の手を出し切った青子でも倒しきれない踏破不可能の橋になるでしょうね。
Wow.
産業革命時のスモッグ都市ロンドン、その異名を上回る都市の巨人として権限するのだから。
へへへ、また大きく出たっすね。都市っすか。口だけなら何とでも言えるってやつっす。ハリスさん、その見えっ張りで負けず嫌いなところ直した方がいいっすよ。
ありがとう。それじゃあ早速性格改善に付き合ってもらおうかしら。まずは出番よテムズ、あなたの力を見せてあげなさい。
Uh-oh.
出落ち出たーというか、すでに出落ちの体の上だったっす。初めから自分に逃げ場はなかったっす。
そうよ。だから言ったでしょう。
いや、そういう意味じゃなかった気がするっす。
What the heck? Wait, what about Flat Snart? Oh, here it is. Oh my god, it's Alko.
この映画字幕が出てないっすね。自分ちゃんとセリフあるんすけど。
知ってるわ。でも耳障りだったから私権限で編集さんにあなたのセリフだけカットしてもらったの。
グレイト。 もう何もかもアリスさん中
That's
心な
gonna
ん
be
す
us
ね。
scene watching the
自分だ
Mahoyo
けサ
movie.
イレント映画の気分っす。
True.
2体目っすね。
2体目ね。誤解されそうだから言っておくと、スナークの本体は液体よ。
スナークの2つな月の油っすね。フラットスナークの名前は誰がつけたんすか？
あなたもよく知っている彼女だけど、私、彼女と仲良くなるまでプロイに名前
Wait,
を
was
つけて
Algo
い
the
なか
one
っ
who
たか
gave
ら。
them names? It was her, right?
強い順とか思い入れがある順に1番2番と呼んでいただけだったの。
順番？番号じゃなくて？名前をつけないぐうたら。いや、シンプルさはアリスさんらしいっすけど、なんで順番？
だって番号をつけても混乱するだけでしょ。どれが強いかどれが好きかなんて日によって変わるのだし。だから気持ち次第でその日ごとに順番は違ったわ。1番はディドルが鉄板、テムズは大抵3番か4番だったわね。ああ、思い出した。彼女とプロイで遊んでいる時、それで困ったことになって。
アリス、
Oh,
明日新しいパパがやってくるの。だから6番のプロイを貸してちょうだい。私おめかしして出迎えたいの。
そういった彼女に、私その日は気分的にこれは6番目と決めていたプロイを貸したわ。
もう大体わかったっすけど、一応聞いておくっす。それは何のプロイだったっすか？
後に彼女がゴブリンフロンと名付けるようになった香水よ。その香水をかけると一日悪口とスラングしか言えなくなるの。その後彼女はプロイに名前をつけるよう提案してきたわ。なぜか涙で赤くなった目で。これはスイーツハーツ、これはスクリプスハンプティ、これはディドルディドル、これはフラットスナーク。いい？これからはこの名前で統一するのよ。名は体を表すというでしょ。私、そんな変換間違いのような名前より、その日の気分で分けた方が楽でいいと思ったのだけど。あんたの気分なんて他人には分かんないし、その度に私の運命が狂っていくことをもうちょっと気にしてちょうだい。それに近い将来、こういう名前がトレンドになる時代が来るから、絶対。すぐに飽きられるだろうけど。なんで、どうせつけるなら生かした方がグッドでバッド。せっかく私たちだけのオリジナリティなのよ。それ以来、私はプロイを名前で呼ぶようになった。いちいち名前を覚える手間はあったけれど、プロイを間違えることはなくなったわ。まさにコロンブスの卵ね。なんていう発想の柔軟さ、斬新さかしら。時々思うのだけど、あの子は天才ね。
そうっすね。自分も思うんすけど、アリスさんって時々すごく
Oh my god.
やられてしまったわね。
油菜だけによく燃えるっすね。スナークはどんなプロイなんすか？
本編で大体のあらましは語っているわ。
True.
細かなデータは
その貴重な油を青子さんは燃やしてしまったと。これなんとか戻せないんすか？
残念ながら不可能よ。この時代ではスナークを生成することはできない。
こうして貴重な文化遺産はフィーリングだけで生きている野蛮人に壊されていくんすね。うへっ、文明を蹂躙するのって面白い。しかし出落ちに続いてスナークもこのざまとか。何がグレート3っすか？甘え。グレート3は甘え。 しかし自分やるプロイスから参拝を有効利用するっすよ。ーい、外の店員さん、この残った油でとりあえずフライドポテトでもあげてくれ。
あら、あなたにしては明暗ね、ロビン。それじゃあ私はフライドチキンにしてもらおうかしら。
外のメニュー、ホットドッグとポップコーンとポテトしかなかったっすよ。自分映画館はまず飲食店のメニューからチェックするはずから、だいたい映画館でフライドチキンとか匂いがブライっす。他のお客さんに迷惑っす。
知っているわ。でも安心して、私お腹は空いていないから、ただ油で揚げてもらうだけでいいの。
へい、食事として頼むわけではないと。
高温で全身まんべんなく毛先から毛穴まで茹で上がるのは初めてなんじゃないかしら。また一つシーンコレクショ
I
ンが
wonder
増えた
how
わ
many
ね、
times
ロ
Robin
ビン。
died over the course of Mahoyo. Oh my god.
この世で一番増やしたくないレパートリー、あざーす。でも世界にはまだまだ未知のシーンが隠れているっすよ。
映画はここまでのようね。同時上映のある劇場も最近は減ってきたわね。
The movie is in fact over.
最後に3体目の紹介をしたかったけど、それはまたの機会に。
Next time.
長かった本編を楽しんでくれた皆さん、すぐ終わるようでなかな
I
か
was
終わら
wondering
な
why
かった
this was the
番外
last
編に
thing
付き合ってくれた皆さん、
to watch. And the side story that could either end quickly or take forever. That is very true.
魔法使いの夜はこれで一旦の終了となります。続きはまたいつかどこかで、旅する星がするりと落ちてあなたの胸に輝く時に。それでは長らくのご視聴ありがとうございました。
Pink Truth World Tour. Oh, why do they hit me with that? That's fucked up to hit me with this. It is done. For this time. So it took me like, what? Around like 2 months to fully 100% it. Man. So let me hear the end of this track before I end stream. Okay, I think it loops. Oh, it changed! It's the field! Oh my god. Alright. That is the Mahoyo arc over. I don't know, like, this is... Okay, so I would consider Mahoyo, like, my first real visual novel. I don't know if anything is topping this, because even if something is, like, objectively better, Mahoyo just now holds, a special place in my heart for being my first one, so... And just, like, how much I cherish it. I don't know if anything is anything is topping this now. Dang. Alright. That's enough being what's the word, not retrospective, reminiscent, nostalgic, I don't know. It's bedtime. Alright. Dang. I'm kind of scared to, like, this is the last time I'm probably gonna open this game. Kind of sad. I don't want to end stream. Okay, I have to. It's bedtime. Alright, goodbye.